What up, everybody? What's up? See if we get some people in the room. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. What is up? Damn, did he give me back my waiting to see if we get some people in the room. Damn. I swear to God. All right. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Okay, let's get into it. The latest update on what's going on. And then we're going to get into some prophecy about this is supposed to happen as far as Revelations is concerned. And, you know, what's next? Because after Trump gone, the Antichrist will appear. So the rationale for striking Iran was already a mess. Trump just made it worse. This is CNN.
That's what I got.
The Trump administration stated justifications for going to war with Iran were already a jumbled and self-contrary mess. But on Tuesday, Trump made it even worse, laying waste to the administration.
These good?
Yeah, I just bought them. Confusing explanation from Monday. This is according to CNN, which we know. This is prophetic. This is prophecy. This is in Revelations as far as Iran is concerned. And we're going to get off into that later. If you read motherfucking Revelation, you would see.
Oh, it is to bring God.
Damn, right, to bring. I'm sorry, y'all.
You right. You right.
Hey, Merc Man, the first. How you doing? So just a day after Secretary of State Marco Rubio claimed that Iran posed an imminent threat because it would respond to imminent attacks from Israel by striking U.S. forces. Good. Hey, Spencer, what's going on with you? Trump went with an entirely different explanation that Iran was going to launch preemptive strikes against the U.S. on its own. Iran had already hit the U.S. Navy base in Saudi Arabia. They had already hit that. Hey, Bernie, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for hitting that like button, y'all. I appreciate it. Shut the fuck up. Damn. Soon as I go live, oh my God, soon as I go live, everybody act a fool. Oh, 26 minutes ago, U.S. Embassy in Dubai hit. Israel pounds Tehran and Beirut. Oh my God. You know what? This could turn into World War III because this is where it's supposed to be in the stars in the Middle East. My day was pretty good. I had a pretty good day. How was your day? Wow. This just happened 28 minutes ago. The U.S. Embassy in Dubai hit. That's the second missile that hit Dubai because Iran hit Dubai. What's the day? Monday? Friday. Miranda. Hey, Demi. Do I have any airport tips? Shit, I'm supposed to take a flight next week to the ATL. So no, I don't have no tips. Be safe. No, I'm not Miranda. No, my name is not Miranda. I'm a Gina. U.S. President Trump contradicts Secretary of State's Marco Rubio's rationale for the war on Iran. This is Al Jazeera. The U.S. and Israel keep up attacks on Iran, hitting the building of assembly of experts in the city of Qom as the death toll is now 787. What was so funny is this. So he took out, the military took out most of the regime on the first strike, right, when Ayatollah was unalive. You're going to Adelaide next week. Okay. I ain't never had no damn cancer. I never had cancer. I never been to Australia. Oh, you talk about where you going in Australia. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm talking about. I ain't never had no cancer. Bitch, I ain't never had no cancer. Oh, you did sleep? Oh, you live there? I always wanted to go to Australia. Let me mute you, Demi. I'm telling you, hold on. Ain't no moderators in here. Let me put them in a timeout. Yeah. So European gas prices are soaring after this conflict. I got to say, I'm in Detroit. Gas is high here right now. Qatar is among the countries to slow production, impacting global supply. These developments are reigniting the debate about whether cheapened Russian energy should be allowed in Europe. Will there be U.S. boots on the ground in Iran? I don't think so. Thank you, IP. Thank you. I don't think it'll be boots on the ground, at least not yet. So far, the U.S. has relied on air and naval strikes, and there has been no formal announcement of ground invasion. But Trump has not ruled out the possibility. When asked directly, Trump said he would never say never, adding that the administration would do whatever is necessary. So, like I was getting back to my story, so when he took out the Ayatollah and half of the parliament or the leaders there, they had a meeting and they installed one man for 3 hours. Then that building got blowed up. Then they met again and tried to come up with a successor. That got blowed up. So I think at this point, I would be leaving the country. That's what I'll be doing. If the U.S. were to deploy ground troops, I thought that was funny, If the U.S. were to deploy ground troops, however, the scale of the challenge, whether Trump's goal is targeting Iran's nuclear facilities, missiles, or imposing regime change, would be significant. The difference, if you compare Iran to Iraq in 2003, is that it's a country 3 to 4 times larger than Iraq was at the time. The U.S. never had sufficient troops in Iraq to fully pacify the country, and the U.S. doesn't have that many troops today to prevent a nation the size of Iran from descending into chaos. Long war could favor Iran if U.S. Israel run low on interceptors. I hope it's not a long war. I hope it's not. That's Al Jazeera. Trump lays out his worst case scenario in Iran. While meeting with Chancellor Friedrich Merz of Germany in the Oval Office today, President Trump decided to publicly answer reporters' questions. One of the first questions he got, what would be the worst case scenario? I guess the worst case would be we do this and somebody takes over who's bad as the previous person, right? That could happen. We don't want that to happen. It could possibly be the worst. You go through this, and then in 5 years, you realize you put somebody in place who's worse than the last leader. My name is not Miranda. I don't know who the fuck Miranda is. My name is Agena, Jeff. What's going on? I'm not Miranda. Who the fuck is that? Trump defends war with Iran. Man, if Turkey get involved, I hope not, but it's a possibility. I hope not. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. I don't know why you call me Miranda, but thank you. I hope not, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility that this could turn into World War III. That's a possibility. Trump defends war with Iran as conflict widens. Military names first service members who were unalived. Israel sent troops into Lebanon as the war widened. Why is Israel in Lebanon? Oh, because of Hamas. And some of Iran's Gulf neighbors warned that Iran's retaliatory fire could draw them into spreading conflict. The U.S. consulate in Dubai was hit by a drone. This the third time they done hit Dubai. Americans are being urged to leave 14 countries in the region because of serious safety risks. And the U.S. embassy in Beirut, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia are closed due to conflict. 6 U.S. troops have been unalived. The Iranian Red Crescent said at least 787 people have been unalived in Iran, but the reports inside the country suggest the toll is likely in the thousands. I don't have cancer. What is y'all talking about? I never had cancer. Y'all some sick people up in here. My name is not Miranda. I ain't never had cancer. Oh, Hezbollah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for correcting me. Hezbollah. Thank you. Why do I think it's possible? What, that it could be with Turkey? Because Turkey is a Muslim nation and they may seem like this is assault on Islam and the Middle East. You know, Turkey don't like us. Don't nobody like the United States. Nobody likes us. Yeah, I can see them getting involved if it escalates further. And if China and Russia come on in there, shit, yeah, we had a full-scale war now. The Pentagon released the names of 4 U.S. service members who were unalive. 2 other Americans have not been named. The CIA sites in Iraq and Saudi Arabia were hit by drones over the last 2 days. The Iraq site was hit by 2 drones. No Americans were present at the time. There were no casualties at the CIA site in Saudi Arabia. Wow. Wow. And don't call me a bitch. Fuck you. You bitch and your mama a bitch. Okay? How about that? First of all, I'm not saying I'm on the United States side, of course, asshole. But nobody who likes America. You have them over in the Middle East come out, death to America, America the Great Satan. Do your fucking research, idiot ass, or get the fuck out of here. You ain't got to be here. Thanks, Nick. But I don't know where you get this Miranda shit. My name is Agena. The fuck? Speaker Johnson says a war powers vote on Iran would be dangerous. Now, Iran is expanding attacks. Damn, I'm trying to bring up that. I don't get it either, because I don't know who the hell Miranda is. I just said my name is Agena. I don't know. Maybe they formed. Oh, roasting for women is real. Oh, it's to trigger me? Okay. All right. Well, I won't say nothing else about it. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, sir. Because it will trigger me. Ayatollah Khomeini's son emerges as leading choice to be his successor. No, he won't. You won't make it. You gonna be unalive too. Ooh, the CIA is working to arm Kurdish forces to trigger Iran uprising. Wow. So they about to give the CIA, our CIA is about to give weapons to the Kurds, which is in Iraq. Wow, because I didn't think the Kurds was in Iran. I know they in Iraq. Wow. They found disappeared bodies, mass burial, and at least 30,000 people unalive during the protests. 30,000 people. Oh, I didn't even know it was Kurds in Syria. I thought they were only in Iraq. I know, Son of Sam, I do, and I haven't yet. One day I will, but no, you're right, I do. Yeah, I know 6'2". It is going to Israel. Yeah, it is. So they found 30,000. Wow. All right, let's get into some videos now. I'm tired of talking. Hold on a moment. Just hold on. I'm trying to get... Oh, here we go. We're going to start with these videos.
Of the United States. Look at the photo behind me. Hundreds, if not thousands, of body bags of courageous Iranians. Most of them are under 30 years old, murdered by the Iranian regime. You've got to do something fast. Every minute that you don't attack and you don't stop this massacre, hundreds of people are being killed. I don't know why other countries are not at rage about this. Only you're acting, so do it now, fast. Please save lives, innocent lives of young people of Iran who want freedom. Please, President Trump, do it now.
Everybody, Venezuelans asked Trump for help. Nigeria asked Trump for help. Iran. And now the Cubans are asking Trump to come help them. If this thing ain't biblical, wow. Right. Right. And then if you go to the hospital, they was just unaliving them in the hospital.
Terrible news from inside of Iran today. It has been confirmed to us that the regime is using military-grade weapons against unarmed civilians, and the death toll is far greater than what is being reported on the mainstream media. Unconfirmed reports now indicate to us that the death toll could be as high as 7,000 civilians. The very few people that we have managed to speak to inside of Iran, because of the internet shutdown imposed by the regime, have also told us that they believe the figure is also closer to 7,000. It is absolutely essential that we share every piece of content on Iran. Let's force world leaders to act and stop the violence on the streets, because this will only stop if the regime of the Ayatollah feels the consequences for massacring the Iranian people on the streets. All eyes must remain on Iran. Guys, we have received some terrible news from inside of...
Right, the reports are unconfirmed, but I just read an article to you guys from the New York Times, which fake news, of course, that said that the death toll is like 30,000.
Again, Iranians are not Arab Islamists. They're Iranians. They've always been Iranians. They have occupied by a regime that is not their own, by a regime that is not speaking their language, by a regime, and let's make that very, very clear, because sometimes it's like hard for us to understand what happened inside of Iran. The Islamist Ayatollahs came to our country, and the first thing that they did, they took our flag, our flag, the Iranian flag, has a lion and a sun on it, and it's like green, red, and white. And they started to write on it with Arabic writing, which is not Persian. It's not our language on there. They took out our symbol of the lion and the sun and replaced it with an Allahu Akbar Islamic symbol in the middle. Just imagine Islam is taking over Washington, taking the American flag, taking our flag, keeping the colors in there and putting an Islamist symbol on it and an Arabic writing on it. Would you think that's our flag? Would you think, oh, this is the government of America now? Mm-hmm. You would be like, this is an Arab Islamist jihadist occupation. They took down our flag. Then they started to replace everything that's Iranian, our ministries, our churches, our synagogues, our Jewish community. We had the biggest Jewish community inside of the Middle East, outside of Israel.
Wow.
They wiped them out. They wiped out our Christians, our Zoroastrians. They forced people to convert to Islam. They changed our language in our schools. They started teaching Arabic. Our national anthem, they replaced the national anthem with some weird anthem that no Iranian can even identify with, because every other word of it is Islamic. Again, Iranians are not Arab Islamists. They're Iranians. They've always been Iranians.
And they were not Muslim. That was something that I learned, because I thought they were Muslim and Arabic. They're Persians, and their religion is Zoroastrianism. They're Christians. Right, I agree with you, sorry. It is unconfirmed, the 30K. You're right about that. That's true. That is true about that school. That's true. But I don't think it's confirmed of who hit that school. Was it the U.S. or was it an Iranian mistake when they fired their missiles? Was it confirmed who hit that school? Because I haven't seen anybody who act about what actually happened there. Iran did it. It would be a joint attack. Okay.
You know, ancient Persia's religion was Zoroastrianism. Islam is not the indigenous religion of Iran, nor was it the religion of ancient Persians. Islam was imposed on Persia through conquest, violence, forced conversion, and systematic oppression. But over time, Persians' identity survived somehow, luckily, but religion was forced. Many Iranians, Persians today, may be labeled as Muslims, on paper though, but culturally, philosophically, and historically, they're not Islamic in any shape or form or origin at all. You know, ancient Persia's religion was Zoroastrianism.
And that was something that I learned a few months back. Because I always thought they were Arabic and Muslim. I learned something.
Breaking news. Up to 20,000 Persians are reported to have been killed by the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is a massacre, not a crackdown. Despite mass killings, thousands of Iranian patriots took to the streets right now in Tehran tonight.
I agree, Sar. I agree. You're right about that. I agree.
Efren Soltani. He was arrested for protesting. He is currently being held captive and is reportedly set to be executed tomorrow by the Islamic regime. Reports dated January 9th confirm regime security forces firing live ammunition from assault rifles into crowds of protesters in Iran. This is what dissent looks like under tyranny. President Donald Trump said,
Iran is on my mind when I see the kind of death that is happening over there, we think. So we're going to get some accurate numbers. I'll have it in about 20 minutes. We'll get some accurate numbers as to what's happening with regard to the killing.
To all the so-called woke activists sitting in silence, I'm talking to you. Greta Thunberg, one Instagram story is not enough. This is 20,000 people potentially dead in days. These are the very people you claim to fight for, and yet silence. I am disgusted by the far less response. This is despicable. It's diabolical, and it makes one thing painfully clear. They care more about their own agendas, their own image, and staying cool than actually fighting for humanity. Australia must cut.
I'm showing what's out there. I already said that it's not confirmed. So if you don't understand that, but people are stating this. I think it's important, Sar. I do.
I can't stop crying. I just got off the work about 1 hour ago, and I can't stop crying because 9 hours ago, all of my loved ones in Iran sent me a message saying I love you, and there's some videos came out. It was so busy tonight in Iran. Now it's 9 hours that I cannot connect any call. My messages don't deliver. I have no news from them because the regime just shut down the whole internet in the country. And why the world is quiet? Last few days, I saw nothing from non-Iranian people. And then news are saying people are protesting for financial reason. No, it's a revolution. It's a f***ing revolution. And the world is completely in silence. Where are those activists that they were in the street and shut down the street for Gaza, and where are they now? People are being killed. We cannot connect them. They don't have internet. They cannot connect each other. Why?
Now they did shut off that internet. That's the fact. Now they did do that. It was no communication for a few days. And
man is scheduled to be executed in 36 hours. Not for violence, not for
I
terrorism,
don't know if he
but for
was
protesting.
executed or
His
not.
name is
I
Irfan
think
Sultani. He was arrested
I
in
think they
Karachi on
halted
January
this
9th.
execution.
He was
I'm
denied
not
bail,
sure.
no trial and no defense. His family was reportedly given 10 minutes to say goodbye. 10 minutes. That is the value of a human life under the Islamic Republic. Days after his arrest, a regime control court sentenced him to death. This is what absolute power looks like. When the state doesn't argue with you, it erases you. Iran is no longer just arresting dissent, it is preparing public hangings to terrorize the population into silence. More than 10,000 protesters have already been arrested since the 2026 uprising began, and conservative estimates suggest 7,000 to 12,000 people have been killed in less than a week. Read that again. Those numbers are not chaos, they are policy. For decades, the world has watched Iran execute, disappear, and terrorize its own people, and then politely look away. This is also true for many other regimes. The same global outrage machine that has flooded our screens relentlessly over the last 2 years post Gaza is suddenly absent. I see no protests, statements, or urgency. Somehow, Irfan does not trend well. It exposes a deeper problem. In free societies, freedom has become abstract, something you perform online, something you weaponize, something you complain about. But in places like Iran, freedom is literal. It has a price, and the price is your life. You don't understand freedom until you've seen how casually it's taken away. Which brings me to the hypocrisy no one wants named. Did you know last week, Zoran Mamdani and 8 US lawmakers?
I get it from many different sources.
Yo, they tweeting with you.
I know, they getting on my goddamn nerve. It looks like Sard, she may be Indian. Who gives a fuck what she is? This is her opinion. And she have a right to her opinion just like you got a right to yours. But you starting to get on my damn nerves.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What y'all doing? Now, we always talk about the white liberal.
Right. I don't know what's going on.
States needs, and I am going to explain to you why. Many hate him.
Get your own shit! The fuck?
Is not whether you like him. The question is, was he a better president than Biden? Is he the right man to lead the most powerful country in the world? Donald Trump.
He did that.
I am. Damn. That shit is foul as fuck.
I didn't know that
You
was
didn't
your
even
plate.
wash your damn hands before you put your shit in my plate.
I did. I didn't know that was
Okay,
your
guys, a
plate.
few days ago, I posted up a video in regards to the Hebrew Israelites. I'm no longer going to say black, and now I understand why people don't like me saying the black Hebrew Israelites. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, I highly recommend you.
Okay, that video is not playing. Let me see what she's.
Did you know that if you are flying to Iran, the moment that the plane hits Iranian airspace, every woman on the plane, including the air hostesses, must put hijab over their hair and face? Did you know that my Iranian friends who live in Australia will be scared to WhatsApp or SMS me about anything that has to do with Iran because they are scared that their dictatorship will read their messages and will then arrest them upon arriving in Iran where their family and friends live? Did you know that this is a revolution and we must send our support to all the civilians who are fighting the fight for freedom and democracy? Free Iran. Did you know that if you are flying...
So what is the propaganda? These are people's opinions. And they have a right to their opinion. I done said it more than once. Let me put you in fucking time out, bitch. Because you getting on my nerves. These are people's opinions. Y'all getting on my goddamn nerves. I mean, what's the problem? Shit. People have a right to say. I'm showing what people are saying around the fucking world.
I disagree with a lot of President Trump's domestic policies. And it's complicated for the average American to understand why the people of Iran are calling on President Trump to come get the Ayatollah out of their country right now. To us Iranians, this is a basic human rights issue. Our people are on the streets fighting with sticks and stones against a brutal regime that has killed, kidnapped, and executed protesters for nearly 50 years. Their internet has been shut off, people can't get in touch with their friends and family, and they can't access the outside world. This is a dangerous situation for 80 million people. And I can't deny that my own friends inside Iran have posted about how their only hope is that Trump will come do with Iran the same thing he did with Venezuela. Some Americans are under the impression that the Islamic Republic is a democratically elected government that benevolently supports the plight of the Palestinian people, and
That's a lie.
any intervention by the U.S. would just be wrong and evil and whatever. And I agree to some extent. I want the people of Iran to take back their own country by themselves without any foreign intervention so that they can decide their own future once and for all. But in reality, they don't have weapons, and the IRGC does. And the situation, as I said, is really dangerous. So I'm honestly confused, personally. I don't know what I want, but I know that the people inside the country are calling on President Trump to come get the Ayatollah once and for all. And I cannot deny them that opinion just because I disagree with Trump on a lot of his domestic policies. I think the world is more nuanced than I thought before. I don't think people can be divided into good and bad, black and white, wrong and right, whatever. The world is complicated. The history of the Middle East is honestly ridiculous. But it cannot be denied that getting rid of the Islamic Republic gives the chance for peace and prosperity throughout the region. And defunding terrorist organizations is a good thing for humanity overall. So I do hope that this fight against the Islamic Republic is successful this time, because I am tired of seeing thousands of my countrymen be executed for the crime of protesting for their basic human rights. It's obscene to watch and know that you can't really do anything about it. But some people can. And I honestly hope they do at this point. Because as I said, the situation is dangerous. And we can't deny the will of many, many people. I disagree with a lot of President Trump's domestic policy.
And I don't agree with everything she said, but she has a right to believe what she said, and she's Iranian. All I know is the people asked for Trump, and Trump said help is on the damn way. And there it is. Let me see. So I'm going to get into some newer stuff. Let me see. I'm keeping these two. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta get my cigarettes. All right, here I come, y'all. Here I come. All right, here I come. Bitch, describe your damn forehead, hoe. I don't know why they mean.
Are you coming to the street? They strung up a man. They say you are free. Strange things that happen to you. Stranger would it be? We never had been hiding behind a tree. Are you coming to the street? Are you coming?
If I want to smoke a cigarette, I can. What the fuck do you care for? If I smoke or not? Shit. If I want to smoke, I can smoke. I'm grown. You ain't got to smoke, hoe. I'm sick of y'all. This shit. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't care about your health.
Okay, guys, a few days ago I posted up a video in regards to the Hebrew Israelites. 12 sons. God later changed Jacob's name to Israel, his son. That's why in the comments.
Oh, this not supposed to be here. Now this is the IGRF dragging bodies down the street. Okay, but why do you care? Because I don't care about your health. I don't. Shit, leave me alone. Now this is deep. Now we getting into some biblical stuff, and that's what I'm gonna spend these last. Damn, it's for 20 minutes in.
Alright, Mom is brushing his teeth. This is my grandparents, Bibi and Baba. I'm half Persian, and they will be so proud now, knowing that Iran is falling and finally there's a revolution happening. But did you know that it says in the Torah, before Mashiach comes, Paras, Persia, will fall to the hands of Edom. Edom is the Western world. Let's say Trump. But
That's
the Chassidus
facts.
explains that Mashiach will only come once these clippers, these shells, blocking godliness in this world will be removed. So every kingdom has its shell. The shell of Persia is Pridas Kanafaim, is spreading yourself out without leaving a space for God. Achashverosh ruled the entire world back in the day. He was the king of the entire earth. So now we're lowering down. Ayatollah Khomeini is an extremely arrogant and stubborn man. And we're so close to the coming of Mashiach. And we see these signs in real time. And once Persia will fall, the world would know that that there's nothing more to the world than God. That recognition will lead to Mashiach. I want to take a moment for the brave people of Iran, risking their lives for truth. A lot of them are being killed, unfortunately. But across the world, we can all take on a keli. A keli means like a spiritual vessel in their merit and their success. And in this context, we have to do our part to get rid of this klippa, this peel that's blocking godliness in the concept and the area of our life even, of paras, where we think that everything comes from us, our success, our genius. We have to replace it with godliness and understand that God is the real artist of our lives. We should maybe take a minute a day, 1 minute a day to think about God, how God impacts our life, how God orchestrated everything that happens in your day so you can succeed. L'chaim to the fall of Paras. I have over here a little cider. God willing, Mashiach will come. Those who lie in the earth will rise when Mashiach comes. So I'll see my Bibi and Baba again for this message.
And that is so true, because this is biblical prophecy that is playing out before our eyes. And that's where I'm about to go into this. And I think it's on my other one. Nope, I want to play Trump, what he said.
Americans woke up this morning and they saw that you said help is on the way.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's a lot of help on the way and in different forms, including economic help from our standpoint, and not going to help Iran very much. And, you know, we put Iran out of business with their nuclear capacity, and now, depending on what's actually happening, nobody's been able to give us accurate numbers about how many people they've killed.
Well, on that
but
point,
it looks
Mr.
like it
President,
could be a pretty substantial number, and that's going to be a lot of problems.
a lot of problems. On that point, you did say the U.S. would get involved if Iran started killing protesters. They have, by the many thousands, according to reports.
Well, we'll see what that is. I've heard two numbers, but we'll see what that is.
Well, now we're hearing that they're going to start hanging protesters tomorrow. So it comes back to the question, have they crossed your red line, or has the line moved?
I haven't heard about the hanging. If they hang them, you're going to see some things that I don't know what where you come from and what your thought process is, but you'll perhaps be very happy.
What do you mean by that?
We will take very strong action. If they do such a thing, we will take very strong action.
And this strong action you're talking about, what's the end game?
The end game is to win. I like winning.
How do you define that in Iran?
Well, let's define it in Venezuela. Let's define it with al-Baghdadi. He was wiped out. Let's define it with Soleimani. And let's define it in Iran, where he wiped out their Iran nuclear threat in a period of about 15 minutes once the B-2s got there. And that was a complete obliteration, as it turns out, which is what I said initially. Then some questioned it, and they said, you know, Trump was right. So we've been right about everything. We don't want to see what's happening in Iran happen. And, you know, if they want to have protests, that's one thing. When they start killing thousands of people, and now you're telling me about hanging, we'll see how that works out for them. It's not going to work out good.
Americans woke up this morning and they saw that you
One thing about it, whether you like the man or not, his yes is yes and his no is no. He is the most transparent president we have ever had. Now, the one thing that I didn't know is how close the Iranians are to Israel. I learned that. Now, what is this message under the review? You don't have to even be here. Shit. How about that? Hi, sweetie. Hey, John. I had no idea how close they are. My smoke detector is beeping because it needs some batteries. This is in Toronto, the celebration. No, because I don't hear it. That was in Toronto. They are celebrating what has happened, that regime, that Ayatollah was unalived. Now that's a fact. That's not propaganda. They are very happy. Now, this man is the prince who power was taken from and who they want to be reinstated in Iran. He was in Munich. This is who they want. This is the prince. This is the prince. That's who the Iranian people want back in power. The Prince of Iran. And he addressed a rally in Munich. Okay, let me get out of this. I want to go to Iran now. Hold on, where's my other one? Okay, here we go. And you said,
Okay, guys, a few days ago I posted up a video.
hey, this keep coming up. I don't know how she keep coming up.
Killed bin Laden without the approval of Congress, and nobody said anything. Obama invaded Libya, killed Gaddafi without the approval of Congress.
Facts.
Nobody said anything. Biden killed
Facts.
al-Zawahiri, a leader of Al-Qaeda, without the approval of Congress, and
Facts.
nobody said anything. And now Trump surgically extracted Maduro and took him alive to the United States for a trial. And the left says human rights, and he did it without the approval of Congress.
Facts.
Imperialism, colonialism. These people bitch and complain just for sport. Look at the incongruity of the left. Obama killed bin Laden without the approval of Congress.
They didn't say shit. But that's not what I wanted to show. I'm looking for. Now look at how Ayatollah's children are living.
Obama.
Damn, it's not. Come on, would y'all stop it? I want to show this. This is his family. This is getting on my nerves. I'm trying to show this.
Trump rips up the rule book. United States out of 66 global organizations. President Trump is not messing around. In a historic stroke of the pen, he signed the immediate withdrawal of the United States from 66 international organizations, including 31 linked to the UN. The message is clear.
Damn.
Islam is in shambles right now. Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. I know all my Arabic Christian brothers and sisters are screaming Allahu Akbar right now. Praise be to God, man. Over 1 million Iranians have converted to Christianity. Iran is the fastest growing church in the world. God is moving. The Holy Spirit is moving. I even heard a lot of Iranians are having dreams of Jesus. A lot of Muslims are having dreams of Jesus and are converting to Christianity. Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. All the conversions going on and the regime change. Also, 50,000 mosques across Iran have closed. This is amazing. Christ is Lord. We've been screaming this for centuries. Christ is Lord. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, the whole country of Iran will be saved. God bless. Christ is Lord. Islam is in shambles right now. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar.
That's a fact. Let me go this way because I'm about to end this video, but I want to end it with something powerful. We're going to end with this.
President Trump.
My message to President Trump is that I'm here to echo and join millions of my compatriots inside and outside of Iran to thank him for having done and having the courage to do what is not easy, but intervene. And he will go down in the annals of Iranian history as the most celebrated foreign leader that changed the ball game and changed the world as a result.
In January, President Trump said this about you, quote, "He seems very nice, but I don't know how he'd play within his own country. I don't know whether or not his country would accept his leadership. And certainly if they would, that would be fine with me." You don't seem to have President Trump's wholehearted support. What is your message to President Trump?
Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm coming right back with Trump versus the Illuminati. If y'all ask, yes, they do support Palestine. The fuck? What's wrong with that? Epstein don't have shit to do. What? And fuck them liberals. They crazy as hell, these white crazy ass women. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Hit the like button.